Yeah, this area confuses me too much. It's like way too big. It does have a lot of stuff in it. This is the first area with 10 heart pieces in it, I think, but it's still... anyway, you can break these pirate platforms, and one of them leads into a pirate. I'm not sure why I called boards platforms, but I did. And we haven't even spent 2 hours yet in game time. That's pretty cool, although this is already in the second part. Pirates Fortress. I'm afraid of pirates and Fortry. Anyway, my versus guide, which I reference quite frequently, goes out and say it's basically cheating if you use a stone mask here, and they are absolutely right, but I'd rather do this quickly than not quickly and without totally memorizing everything and being good and probably using a save states. There's really no way to not waste a bunch of time here if you have the any possibility of getting caught and thrown out because it's stupid. But the ability to skip it makes me like this area a lot more than the Gerudo Fortress and Ocarina of Time, and also the fact that I like this game more than Ocarina of Time makes me like this more than the thing in Ocarina of Time. Anyway, we need to be as, I guess, a Goron here for no reason. I guess just to mix it up a little bit, I guess. Seems a bit out of place. Like, how did the pirates activate that switch if they aren't Gorons? Anyway, we will very soon be coming to the reason I got 4 bottles before coming here. There were actually other ways I could have gotten 4 bottles, but I think I got the 4 I wanted the most, really. It was a toss-up between the Postman's Cap and the other bottle you could get for that quest, but I'd be having to do it twice anyway, so I'm gonna probably do it 3 times in the long run, but that's just me being dumb. I won't show it all 3 times, of course. Anyway, I think you actually just have to pull this back. This area, or not this area, this room is just unnecessarily confusing, and I was freaking out because I didn't really remember this from when I first played through this as a kid. And I was worried that this was going to be a puzzly area, and to some extent it is, but to another extent it isn't really. And oh, okay, that was the part that confused me. I didn't know you could swim up there, and now there's a red rupee. I swear to you this is going to be a red rupee. I have not ever opened this chest in my recollection, but it's going to be a red rupee. What'd you know? Yeah, every chest like that in this game is a frigging red rupee. It sort of gets old. Anyway, this room area was pointless. I think I did it in the wrong area. Yes, area. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I keep mixing up words. Anyway, I have no idea what's going on here. I've never... Okay, there's apparently 2 ways you could go through it that are equally valid or something, or maybe I'm just going crazy. Probably both. Anyway, these weird things that really look like fire more than not fire push you in the direction they go, and this is totally a homage to the stupid thing in Bowser in the Water Sea, where it can suck you out to the castle moat because you get sent back out to the main outside area of the fortress if you get hit by that deal. But no big problem because reasoning. Anyway, this next room is a little confusing, but it really gets a lot easier after this first bit, and you only have to go through it once unless you pay. Anyway, just to make this next bit easier, oh look, a heart piece. You could look around for how to get it, but I already know how to get it, so screw pretending I haven't practiced this already. Anyway, yeah, this is pretty easy to get. You can use the bunny hood to get it. It is a tight timer, but with the Goron roll, it's easy. And hooray, I got 11th heart. Oh, and incidentally, I did in fact get 4 heart pieces. I guess it might make sense based on where I am in the game for me to have gone in the Great Bay Temple and got the heart container there, and then the amount of stuff I did in that last part wouldn't be quite as... not really ridiculous, but too much. And oh, thick balls. Am I gonna have to use my Goro boomerangs to hit things because I don't... That was perfect. But yeah, I don't have any arrows. I don't think these barrels can drop any arrows, and I need to hit something with arrows. This is fabulous. I guess technically I could use my snot bubbles, but that would just be weird, and they're not really precise enough because these frigging boomerangs I can aim at all. I mean, this is the Zora... Yeah, it is Zora area, so... it makes sense. Okay, it really looks like I should have been able to climb over that anyway. No! No, this is flat. I could have made that, oh, duh, I could have made that, but... I'm not playing my best today. I'm still a little disheartened by that whole not having arrows thing, because that makes this naturally a lot easier. Let me wreck these barrels. These are very hard to break for some reason. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are actually barrel-shaped hitboxes, and that's what makes them hard to hit, since it's easier for things to just be giant squares based on how the game works. Anyway, okay, cool, made it. And now you have the opposite of that last room. Instead of having to sink to the bottom and dodge mines to not get carried out, you have to stay up at the top and dodge mines. Pretty simple stuff. I'm sure most people could be assuming or I mean, I'm sort of describing it if people aren't actively watching the video or something. I have no idea. Anyway, this is actually super horrible if you don't have arrows. And I say that while not have ever trying it, and it actually took me a lot less tries to do it that way than when I was using arrows, which is great. Can I have arrows? Okay, cool. Of course, I don't know. At this point, it looks like the boomerangs might be doing me more favors than arrows, and I don't really need anything for this upcoming area. So what? That's just a telescope you can use to tele. I don't think it's actually useful, but it is interesting how there are multiple telescope-esque areas, or telescope-esque things in the... That's actually a pretty interesting puzzle. I did that accidentally, like, in my practice run, so I didn't realize how it worked. Anyway, yeah, there are at least 3 things you can use the telescope controls for, but the only thing that really does anything is the telescope itself, which I will be finishing up the stuff in this segment, hopefully. Well, not this segment, but this recording session, and not hopefully, but definitely, because I'll start up a new cycle if I have to, but I hope not. I did finish this by, like, the late afternoon of the second day, and I mean, like, clearing out the entire sodding Great Bay area. So, I'm feeling luckful, I guess. Anyway, if you have played the Gerudo Fortress in Ocarina of Time, or this, you should know this is a stealthy segment. And if you've played this, hopefully you know that stealth is overrated and you can just do crap like that. You don't actually have to knock them out, since none of the ones that you can stun like that can register your existence if you have the stone mask on. But I like to do it anyway because I can, and it makes the area slightly more entertaining when there's shrill screams instead of not anything, although I didn't even have a sound effect to cheer me up when I was doing this practically. Anyway, needlessly long cutscene. Tattle's afraid of a bee because she's a girl. This is an important plot point. Dun 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 do 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 do. Yes, because I've heard anything about the Great Pirates up till this point. I mean, I'm sure they probably are referenced somewhere else in the game, since there's like way too much hidden text and everything, or not hidden, but not obvious text. Even if you do a 100% heart piece run, you're still gonna be missing out on a lot of events and stuff that really aren't important to completing the game, but are just stuck in there for good measure, and that's why they're help. Now that they're on, they should be frantically looking. There are 4 eggs here now. Find the other 3 eggs. And yep, 4 eggs. How do you think you transport these eggs? Find out soon enough. Wait. The Zora eggs are the only clue we have about that dragon cloud. I don't understand what the dragon cloud is. I mean, I know it's the Great Bay Temple, but that looked like sort of a floppy fish or something to me. It didn't look like a dragon cloud, and it confused me. Okay, cool. This area has good music, but that's sort of a dumb thing to say since everything in this entire stupid game has excellent music. Anyway, if you remembered that plot point about all females being terrified of insects,